Yo, welcome back to the channel. We're in John's shop here, and we're working on his 96 Ram 1500 5.9 Magnum. This truck is in pieces, but hopefully it's going to be an overland rig someday. So we're going to get started working on it because he lost motivation for it. That's why we're here to help. He's got tons of parts over here, and I'll let him explain what all we're going to do today. This was my first vehicle I ever purchased. The reason I stripped it down was the engine was starting to run rough. I could tell the timing chain was definitely sloppy. The common problem with these engines. While I had it stripped down this far, I definitely wanted to put some fresh parts in it. You know, parts top end. I didn't buy heads and cam just because when I do that, I want to get a block with lower mileage. But for now, this will do just to get it back on the road and hopefully out in the woods. I'm excited to get it back together and running. First thing on the list is the timing chain. Get out of there. Let me explain something. Both the cam and the crank are keyed. John claims that he didn't turn this at all when he took it off.
I didn't.
So we're gonna put it on. So there are some timing dots on here. If his claim is true, when we turn it over, these dots should be lined up in the middle facing each other. So we're gonna try it that way first, and then if it's wrong, we'll fix it accordingly.
Stack the whole thing full of parts, and then you can't find what you need.
Yeah, why don't you label it?
No. Good.
As long as you know where it is, I guess.
I guess, yeah. Told you I didn't move that cam.
All right, I believe you. That timing chain is installed, and looks like he's a truthin', because the timing dots are pointing right at each other, as they should be. You're an honest man. What are you up to now?
Tightening that bolt spec, which I have yet to Google.
100 foot-pounds.
Google machine says that the torque of this bolt for the cam sprocket is 50 foot-pounds. If that's wrong, good enough for me. All right, next we're gonna put the timing cover on. It's a couple dobs to hold the gasket up, and we're gonna do a healthy amount of RTV here on this oil pan gasket. So I did this oil pan gasket like a year ago, probably 2 years ago. Hardest thing I ever did because I kept the axle in. I didn't jack up the suspension or anything. I was young, dumb, and stupid, but I just really don't want this to leak, because if it leaks, then I got to take everything back apart to where I was. Line up your holes. Realize it's backwards, make a fool of yourself. So look at this pretty cover. I used 2-part epoxy paint. I'm gonna slap this on my very rusty engine block. You get them all found? Something, maybe. I like how your open valley is just for holding all your parts and stuff. That's a workbench, buddy.
She'll run.
She'll run. What's up, dude? Look at this pretty water pump. Jimmy, you wanna hand me another bolt?
Long or short?
Long. You shouldn't use power tools when you're working on your engine.
I wouldn't.
All right, Jimmy. Oh, that wasn't good.
Yeah, start it by hand. Don't use power tools. What a guy.
Where's that mallet? I feel like if I beat it, it'll listen to me. What are you, too good for your home? I'm sure this is good for the seal. Don't listen. He's a mechanic, okay? I just know what I'm doing with a wrench. He knows what he's doing.
Great. Put the liability on me.
180 foot-pounds, what the Googler said.
Big John.
We're there.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you're not supposed to reuse the old bolt.
What's that?
That's the old bolt. If you need a new bolt and you go on Hughes Engines, they make all the parts and pieces that you need to do this properly.
All right, making good progress. Timing cover, water pump, and the balancer all torqued to spec. Good to go.
Now, for the ignition system, we've got new plugs, we've got new wires, we've got new cap, we've got new rotor. I've never done any of this stuff, so luckily Jimmy's here to explain all of this to me.
John's gonna start doing the spark plugs. I'm gonna take off all the wires and start working on the cap. All finished up with the ignition. John did the spark plugs, gapped them. I did the plug wires.
The gap is 0.4, by the way.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
I did the plug wires and the cap and new coil, so that's all good to go. And I've convinced John that we have time to do valve covers. Those are sweet. Here's the diagram, distributor, and then the firing order down here. Put some dielectric grease on each of the new spark plugs and wires. Yeah, man. He's gonna rip off all the old bolts. I'm gonna find some zip ties. Get some of this stuff out of the way. Yeah, helps to remove all of them there, buddy.
That one's loose. That one's tight. So I forgot a few.
It's like 10 bolts. How hard could it be?
You're hurting my feelings.
Well, that gasket's reusable right there.
I have new ones. I'll drop a bolt. I'll drop a bolt. Oh, let it go. Come on, buddy.
How fresh these are. Put them back on the shelf.
Oh, buddy. You really think I should?
They're fine.
All right, I will.
Let me get that Milwaukee. I'll get it. That's fine. Well, I dropped one. Hey, you got that magnet? Going fishing.
I hate fishing.
I do too.
Better not tell the people that. You'll lose followers.
How dare you say you hate fishing? You're messing with the fabric of America.
Next, you're going to tell me you don't like baseball.
You better sit down for this one.
Yeah, same.
Going to an actual game ain't that bad, but just because I love glizzies. I like how we're putting rusty bolts on these nice powder coated.
Stop.
What size you got there?
7/16.
Hey, you got 2 different spots to fill your oil.
Yeah, what a plus. I was looking for that in a truck.
Now I can help you with oil changes.
Dirty, call that good.
Oh, you're torquing them?
Thought about it.
That's cute.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Nice. Yeah, set that bad boy on there. Woo!
Lord help me, I got a race car.
Yeah. What a polished turd. In a good way.
This is the most polished shirt ever. You can see all the rusted crap on the block.
And just like the rat's nest of wiring and vacuum lines. And... Still cool though. All right, we got the new valve covers on, looking sweet. We just set the intake manifold up here just to see what it would look like. We're not going to be able to install this today. Could you show them?
I think it's UT Awesome makes these plates. They're called volume reducing plates. I got a JB weld around all those tacks.
Like in here.
Yeah, if you watch his YouTube channel, he'll tell you the exact science of it. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know everything about it, but it's supposed to be like a 10 to 15 horsepower gain. I mean, this is a stock rebuild, but for part 2 of this video, we'll be putting this on with new fuel injectors. I'm gonna clean up the fuel rails. Then we're gonna make new AN fuel lines with the filter, and we should be ready for a fire up.
That being said, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Make sure you follow along. We're gonna be doing a lot of work to this truck. I mean, it needs a lot. So
Hey, watch it.
hey, it does. Come on. So a lot more videos come, and hopefully one of these days it'll be on the trail again, and we'll go overlanding with my Jeep. We'll link. What were you saying?
Link UT Awesome's page and Hugh's engine page in the description.
Hope you enjoyed it. Take it easy. We'll see you in the next one.
See ya.